Okay, good morning, Rebbe. Thank you for coming back. Uh, let's see. Let's go backwards a little bit just to go over something from yesterday. Uh, Going down on page Taf Resh Hey and back to number Hey over here with Pirish Maurice Rook. Bir Kandafi Darko Lael, so that's where we're at right on, right. The Eirige Betipas Zer Anpin Benukva Hanekrashas Minisbashalas Benetzachod. Show Yesod Abba Yesod Abba. So we're in the Yesod of Abba, and what we're doing, but we're making this tipa of Zachar v'Nook, and they're congealing in this place. I don't know what this has to do with the price of tea in China. Let's just see. He said this. We're talking about Ischashka Nukva. Then this whole sequence he's talking about this. After it comes from this, it goes back to a higher place. That is, after it comes from the Netzach and Hod of the Yesod of Abba. It goes back v'olo l'malo l'fum ama. So here he means we just went through this a little bit yesterday. Then it goes back into the in other words, to the opening of Yesod. So now trying to understand this. What is this concept he's talking about here? This is what it said. But become Pirish Arav the Ari. Base Pirushim. So let's go up to the top over here and let's see. Base Pirushim is Chashka and Nahira, where the light got dark. The first one says Gavar Yudat Shakol Hakrasha, this congealing who din. So the congealing instead, it's like molding something, or I don't know. That's Lashon going backwards. It's a din because in other words it's spread out and then you're putting it together. V'gam hachazara. So l'fum ama. Also, this concept here, he's just introduced this. Like, what is he talking about? So he says first it get congealed, and then there's a chazara. And I'm just saying, why is it the chazara to l'fum ama? You have the netzach and hod are on the right and left leg, so to speak, and the fum ama is in the middle. So I guess he means to say, and maybe he says in the Pirush, that's going to go all the way down to the bottom. And then they have to go back up in order to enter, I don't know how, into the Pumama. So he says, but this fact of going back upwards, in other words, they spread downwards, they went back up after this congealing. He says, he goes back into, this is a din, he says. So we have we have dinim here. So now we see that the tipa has gone through a process that's that's molded into din. It's gone through two dinim. Echad minach one is the fact that it was congealed. Echad minach and the other one is still a mystery. I gave an explanation. I don't know if I'm right. He said minach but Yosha Nukva the Zer Anpin, and then he throws this in. And here's another one. He says that the Nukva the Zer Anpin because of her criticism, Nismada Shahi Din, that's another din. Now we add on to that. I don't know. I think it means that onto this the fact that she's mismayit. And you put those together with these other dinim, because we say we had said after the kitrug, that's when she goes back and she becomes into the secret of this tipa. Now he's saying, and I believe we're going to see this if we have a little bit more time. A look at the Pirush there on number Kaf. Is that this is the concept of going backwards. From all of these dinim, shebenukva is chashka. That's what makes her dark. Now, okay, so this is this is number. I think there's a number Kaf Aleph here. I think that's where we're at. No, that's my mistake. We're on number Kaf. We read this yesterday, but because there's certain things here we don't know, so we'll try to figure it out. Rei b'divrei Rabbi Sirok over there, the El be'inyan yehi ma'oros v'zel l'shon b'dilog, Amallah HaKadosh Baruch L'chim ma'at etz atzmech, that the thing over there, Kolomar tachzor l'sod nekuda, go back and make yourself into a dot. In other words, we were learning this morning, so these things are dovetailing. They're going together from this morning. Tachzor l'sod nekuda, that's the nekuda that's below its silus, because it's not a partzuf, it's a dot. V'haklal b'sod tipa, so v'tekalel, and then he says, and then you're going to become incorporated into a drop together with Zer Anpin. But as a result of the fact that I guess you became small, now you got to come up, you're going to depend on him. Shehu Zer Anpin, that is Yihye Shalit Alayach. Okay, all of this maybe we know, but the question is the concept here. So this is why it says in Ma'oros, it's missing the vav, shehi lashon me'erev, which is like the lashon of a curse. Okay, I was still thinking that I don't really understand what happened here, because Malchus going down into Bia is a part of the whole creation process and everything that's going on. But it's nonetheless, it's looking at it, we're playing on the word ma'oros into me'era, so it's considered to be a sphere din. So he said adkan umuva b'aros le'el. So he said more b'chein bir meri saruk, so ris saruk le'el b'inyan nahir yud betrin. That's the concept that the yud shines into true too. I mean, we went through that and remember it so well. Kashahi besod nekuda, that is when she's just a sod of a dot. Kamo ata, like now, she's not in Etzilus, she's out of Etzilus. La'achasha katraga, because remember, this is the same words we had this morning share, which is, that after she made the complaint, so, or the criticism, that's like a complaint, so that she becomes mismayet. Shachazach zer v'nuk v'niknisuch b'soch so Yesod Eric Anpen. So he says all of this. It says that they come back together again. Let me write the words. Kamo ato now la'acha shekatraga. So now she made this complaint. She's down. She lost her partzah. Shachazach b'zer v'nuk, but the zer and nuk comes back together again. V'niknisuch Yesod Eric Anpen, and they go back in to the Yesod of Eric Anpin. V'sham na'asach b'sod tipa. So this is Chazara of some sort, and I'm not sure, where first he was talking about Abba, the Netzach and Hod of Abba V'Iba, then going into the Pum Amma. So this is very mysterious. Now he says that what's going on is they're going to actually wind up going into B'soch Yesod Eric Anpin, into the Yesod of Eric Anpin. They go backwards. And there they become this drop adkan. Now it's a lot missing, I believe. We still have a few minutes? Okay. Look a little bit more. So let's look at number Daled now. So, like he does, excuse me, it's a Vav. I said Daled, it's a Vav. He introducing concepts that we don't have a background for, but trying to fit them together. I was thinking that a good analogy of this is like a puzzle. You're trying to put a puzzle together, and the pieces aren't exactly the same, but there's some commonality between it, and that's why they're here. So try and find it. Od Kasif appears from Maurice Rook. So over there Vishem Visham Bezel Deshanu, Vapirish Sheni, who the second explanation is this. Nook ve besoch me ima. Now so we're going to try to get this. The nook ve into the womb of Ima. So, Sham he hahoya habrira. A brira takes place there. Let's just go back over this idea. When does the nukve go into the womb of Ima? Isn't he talking about at the beginning? In other words, when it created and she's like a psia the bar? I don't know what the situation is that he's talking about. But we have a situation where the nukve goes back into the womb, let's say. Sham he hoya habrira. So there you see a refining process takes place. So that what's happening now is that their anpen was covered in dinim, and now it become refined out v'noflo al nukve. And what happens to those dinim? This is just a metaphor that I'm not ready for here. And as a result of this, they fall onto the nukva. So the brira on zer anpen. So assuming that I was analyzing this in a way you can make sense out of it, is when she's a Pasiya Labar. So originally he's covered in dinim because he's coming up. There. What is it? This is the Gimel Go Gimel. He's he's coming up, and so there's a brera on him, and all of the dinim fall on her. V'lulei shezer anpin achid ba. And because of the fact that he's shedding his dinim and they're all coming onto her, which really sounds a lot like Rosh Hashanah too, in a different way, that it's if it wasn't that he got a hold of her, that he joined together with her and made a oneness, and this is the whole idea. And because of that, you're able to sweeten the dinim a little bit. She would be burnt up with all of the dinim from the shmutz, from where they originally, I don't know, from the bottom where they come from. She would have been burnt up by it. Now, that seems to be contradicting ideas slightly. He says that originally the dinim come off of Zer Anpen, and they fall onto her. And then the dinim, but then he joins to her, and then as a result of that, and then in other words, they become a oneness. Those dinim become sweetened a little bit. If there wasn't for that, she would be completely burnt up with all the dinim that were shed onto her. So this gives us another definition of the word ishchashka nukva. So he has something over there. And this is an important piece right here. We're going to do it tomorrow, okay? So, because I don't think we'll get to it today. Thank you so much.